One game in, Tennessee victorious 31-27 over South Carolina. It wasn't always pretty, Brent, but much like the end of last year, Tennessee found a way.
Well, there's something to be said for knowing how to win. And crazy as it sounds, Tennessee learned how to win down the stretch last year, and they figured out a way to win today. And look, the kicking game looked like really ugly early, but they found a way to make plays in the kicking game today. They got a defensive score. They just keep finding a way, which is the makings of a football program that has the right backbone and culture to it. Long ways to go. And we're going to get into a lot of that, but give them credit for finding a way.
JG throws for 260 yards, doesn't turn the football over. Still a lot of angst over some missed throws, but clearly after the game, Jeremy Pruitt is not even thinking about making a change of quarterback. And Jared afterwards talked about the mechanical things that he feels like he can do to make sure he does not miss high next week against Missouri.
Well, he lost his way in the second quarter. Okay,
when they got past
he got out of kilter in the second quarter, but then their foot on the gas to start the third quarter, and he missed a couple throws in the third quarter. But like the Keaton drop, that was a huge play to try to milk the clock. He made a great throw there. The thing that's great about Jared and is maddening about Jared is he'll throw it high and you're pulling your hair out like, what is he doing?
And then he drops one in.
And then he comes back on the next drive and he floats a beautiful ball to wide open Brandon Johnson. Made that the easiest catch he could for Johnson. And then he throws a frozen rope to Josh Palmer for a touchdown. And you're like, where was that in the second quarter? Where's that in the third? And so it's, we talked a lot about keep it in the fairway. In the second quarter, he couldn't find the fairway. But then when he had to, he hit two big bombs down 18 if you want to try to win the golf tournament late. I'm going to ride that golf analogy as long as I can ride it.
We'll keep it there. I hit it in the rough on the prediction on DeAndre Johnson. You hold out from the fairway. Clearly, a big game for him tonight. And then solid play from other guys like Tyler Barron. Tennessee found some, decent play from outside linebacker. Kayvon Bennett played well.
He did. DeAndre Johnson was MIA in the third quarter because he was in the locker room with an injury, having a hard time getting stretched out and some issues there. But when he came back in the fourth quarter, he had a couple more pressures. Listen, I don't think DeAndre Johnson is going to suddenly emerge.
He's not Darrell Taylor. We understand what you're saying.
But I thought DeAndre Johnson made sense for this game because I thought the style of play with Colin Hill fit his game. Third and long, pin your ears back, and come hard off the edge because you don't have to worry about contain. Okay, because Colin Hill's not going to move around, and I thought it played perfectly into his hands, and it did. He had a nice game today. Give him a lot of credit. I tell you, somebody else who played well is going to grade out pretty well on tape. But then is going to have two personal foul penalties he's got to clean up. Jeremy Banks. But he played the tunnel screens, the underneath stuff, and the run game off the edge at times really well. He played a lot better than Quavaris Crouch did tonight. A lot better. Wasn't even close with how active he was in this game. There's a lot for Jeremy to build on. He's got to clean up a couple things. The late hit out of bounds is kind of a tough play because he's playing fast. The ripping the helmet off is a play you can't have.
Can't make.
But overall, athleticism really showed up there. I think there's a lot to build on with Jeremy Banks.
All right, so full videos up on the General's Quarters. We'll hear from Jeremy Pruitt, Josh Palmer. You'll hear from Jared Garantano. Just an overall really solid game from that, along with Henry. And then we will have the day after coming up tomorrow from Brent Hubbs. Rob Lewis will have a piece, complete coverage from Tennessee's season opening win, 31-27 here in Columbia.